Welcome back to your pick a card. Today we have messages from your higher self. You can pick from stack 1, 2, and 3. If you need more time to make your decision, please feel free to pause the video, and thank all of you for watching today. I'll give you a moment and we'll get started with group 1. Group 1. There you have it. Okay, sorry, Spirit. I'll keep it. Spirit says that one. All right. Ooh. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Emperor. Okay. So leadership, focus, like high level authority. Aries. Husbands, okay, CEOs, business people, entrepreneurs. Let's see what we have for you today. Your oracle cards start with 10 for authenticity. 10 is one of my favorite numbers, by the way. And then you have 11. And these are from different decks. Actually, one is the activation deck. The other is the relationships deck. So authenticity is the energy of authenticity supports our choice to be genuine and truthful in all aspects of our lives with others as well as ourselves. Now, we'll see what the other cards unfold, but usually it's just great to be authentic, right? But it's even more so important when it comes to your manifesting as well as your collective. So being your authentic self may help get the job, it may help get that partner, and it also could help you get the things that you truly want by being honest with yourself and being comfortable and confident with yourself. I love that pink too. Awareness. The energy of awareness supports our capacity to focus our attention on all aspects of a multidimensional world, so that we create a reality that we truly choose. Okay, so this sounds like for some of my woke folk or whatever, or some of you may have higher selves that have high rank, all right? If they're asking you, wake up with the awareness and the number 11, it's given the master number 11. And you guys are the masters of like the new wave, the new generation. You guys are the spiritual leaders. And to do that, truly choosing means that you guys are kind of like above social norms and sometimes even tradition. So I love that for you guys. You also have an astrology card. It just snuck its way in there. So I guess it's important to include your midhaven, direction, and reputation. So for some of you, if you wonder, how someone sees you, what direction to take, your midhaven may provide some details. And I love those little clues and hints throughout this lifetime that others have left for us or that we've left for ourselves. You have number 41 for synergy. The frequency of synergy supports our allowance and acceptance of not so obvious, never seen before combinations and unions that result in new ways of functioning, working, thinking, relating, loving, and being. It reminds us to embrace the unfamiliar so that new yet exciting co-creations can give birth to a new reality. Now you see why authenticity and awareness to truly choose is important, because something may not be so obvious. Some things you may have never seen or experienced before, in many different, variations of your life. Makes sense to me. Then you have integrity. We were talking about integrity on the channel the other day, where it may have multiple meanings, so you have multidimensional. And sometimes it talks about consistently truthful and honest while being guided by higher moral standards. Integrity also talks about the value of the particular whatever is being judged. So if I had a t-shirt and someone said, well, what's the integrity of the shirt? They're talking about the material and in what condition it's in, right? So for some of you guys, it's about the condition. And for the collective, for group one, you have high moral standards. So authenticity, awareness, choosing wisely or honestly, coupled with not so obvious unions and situations as well as never seen before, I can understand how high moral standards and honesty as well as consistently truthful integrate into all of that. So I hope you got something out of that too. Because Spirit was like, stop adding words. I mean, that's my job, right? Y'all don't want me to be a robot all the time, yeah? So here you have the spark of light. When I thought of the spark of light, I thought of the spark of light. That's like the raw energy of the Page of Wands, who talks about unexpected visitors, news, devotion. It's kind of like the Joan of Arc. So martyrs would be in there. And I do know that there's a martyr transit or two that could be in natal charts, because I do natal charts. I don't want to say Pisces rising, but it's a couple of them. So just be mindful of things. Oh my God, we talked about this. I had a reading earlier, a collective reading. I don't even know if I've uploaded it yet, but we did talk about how much of us is truly us. Because I do so many natal charts and I study a lot so that I can kind of remember some things. And then it's totally okay to just know where to find information and not have to retain it all. But I noticed any and every little bitty thing could be found in a natal chart. From your relationship with your parents, your jobs, your partners, your behaviors, your attitude, how the world sees you, how you see the world. From 7 to 13, from 13 to 23, from 23 to 36, all the way up to possibly how we leave this planet. And I was like, if that's the case, where am I? Like, the essence of me that is from source, which would be a spark of light, this little piece of the whole, where is that? Like, which part is that? Like, so I thoroughly read through my own natal chart for once in, I don't know how long it's been. I stopped looking into my own horoscope and stuff like 9th grade or something, because I'm telling you, I was on it. I know that others just coming into it, or some of you that just like to I totally respect that. But I've been on this thing to, like the cards are telling you, understand what's truly me without so much outside influence. And I guess to do that, you have to go down the rabbit hole first to do some pros and cons, right? So that may be important for you as well, group 2, because being authentic and being true and all that good stuff, we can say that, high standards, honest, yeah. But when I looked into my chart and saw everything that I was supposed to be, and I was at least 70% of that, like, I don't know. It took some pressure off. Even though I do have a belief system, but I mean, me and God, we talk, or my higher self, whatever it is, I at least know that there is a higher power. I don't care if it is just my light body, right? Or my higher self. I'm okay with that. I wouldn't cry or be disappointed. But I think in all fairness, because integrity and honesty and high standards, that's also connected in authenticity, as well as awareness. Those cards are kind of like connected to justice too, which talks about the scales, right? And discernment. So it's just, I would tell my higher self, okay, and even God itself, that I need some time to see like what I am outside of what all these planets say, my parents said, you know, my nationality or race said. Like, I would be interested in just knowing what this life in me, this breath, this whatever, my solar plexus, my chakras or whatever. I wanna understand honestly if we even have that, because you know they talk about the angels didn't have free will and the humans do. If you consider free will as, you know, I can get up and walk out of my door right now and get in my car and drive anywhere I want and buy anything that I want and sit almost anywhere that I want and do almost anything that I want there. True. But I'm going to need some sort of government clearance to leave this planet and or the continent that I'm on. As well as, like, again, looking into that natal chart, where is the, you know, the blank space for people finding out who I was through me? Because if you can go back and look at a natal chart and actually see me growing up, where am I at? Those are all planets and energy and sparks of dust from the sky. So do we have an identity? Like, and some of y'all may say, girl, speak for yourself. But I mean, I haven't told a lie yet. Very reasonable thoughts. And Spirit sat here and listened to me have those thoughts and was like, not bad, you know, whatever. So that could even be awareness for some of you. Don't be shy about going down the rabbit hole. I'd love when I attract friends, co-workers, and even, you know, past partner who matches, you know, my goofy or my rabbit holeness or whatever. You guys could spark change together, write books, work on projects, or if nothing else, just understand each other. And I think that's a beautiful thing. So your crystal cards, group 1, I mean, you see it and I saw it too. They're all red or like pink. So that's like root chakra. That's like love. That's like intimacy. It matches the authenticity. And I was like, okay, let's see what we got. Garnet is something I use all the time, especially for the, I don't want to say finance, but abundance. And for some of you, it talks about sexuality, life force, and intensity. So it's like that Kundalini rising. We have guidance, ease, and comfort. See, thank you, Spirit. It's like, okay, we do have your higher self, your spirit's guidance, ease, and comfort. Pisces and Mercury. How I knew it? Because Pisces or Pisces rising of all, sometimes the most spiritual of beings, it's like, give them a break, because they're the most likely to be what they believe. And I'm Pisces sun sign, by the way. So in case you feel like, she don't know nothing about us. Well, I'm the owner of Pisces TV, whether I change the name or not. And I'm Pisces sun with a few other elements of Pisces, even Lilith. So I'm like badass Pisces, right? So anyway, this says Pisces Mercury. It's pink fluorite. It mends pieces of the soul. Oh, now we're getting somewhere. Okay, Spirit, look at that. It mends pieces of the soul, reintegrating its fragments to make you whole again. Sometimes we get lost along our journeys, and pink fluorite can assist us in coming back home to our true selves, staying present inside your body, acknowledging and accepting each moment as it is, and detaching yourself from outcomes or helpful practices amplified by using pink fluorite. This stone helps ease despair, giving you a surge of comfort and confidence that you have what it takes to make it through life's challenges. Absolutely beautiful. You also have Leo, Virgo, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Mars. This is sexual healing in its highest form. Garnet is a stone of love, passion, and devotion. Gosh, the spark, right? Step into your sexual power and embrace your body, removing all judgments that stand in the way of you and your pleasure. When used in tandem with tantric sex, garnet can heighten the experience, attracting partners that can help heal sexual trauma. Garnet helps identify and illuminate self-sabotaging behaviors, expanding your connection to mind, body, and soul. So not only are we taking the small pieces of our soul as guidance and blueprints to being whole, we're also expanding our connection to mind, body, and soul. Absolutely beautiful. Then this crystal, I believe it's rhodochrosite. I like that it looks like grapefruit or an eye. Okay. Relationships, healing, karmic lessons. Compassion runs through the veins of rhodochrosite, reminding you of your worth and capacity for self-love. A healer of relationships, it opens the heart for healthy communication and breakthroughs. It can attract soulmates into your life, building connections that often feel karmic or fated. Every lesson is for your highest good, and with that perspective, know that whatever is happening for you, not to you. This crystal encourages you to express your feelings and reinforce that it is safe to share who you truly are. Group 1. You have Leo, Scorpio, and Mars. Love that. Now, this makes total sense. You have past life, natural gifts, and karmic challenges. All right, I'm going to put your crystals here. Now, I'll start with the funny story for you, Group 1. Oh, I shouldn't do that. Okay, fine. You have the Two of Pentacles, which talks about momentum is gaining. It talks about getting busy, juggling some. Now, there are maybe many of you, this isn't a personal reading, but this could talk about some financial embarrassment, and now kind of like the momentum is building for abundance, and maybe that's why Garnet is here. Now, for the lovers, the Two of Pentacles talks about juggling, and that may mean you share your person with something else. It could be work, it could be others, however that go. It's just one thing, and now there's another thing, and we're trying to do both things, okay? Now you have the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands could talk about someone who is an initiate. So for some of you, if this is past life, challenges, gifts, abilities, activating your awareness, this Master 11, you may have some interest in mysticism, the taboo, rabbit hole kind of things, or feel like you have a very strong soul purpose where it is a part of your destiny to activate and trine with the mind, body, and soul to have that thorough connection. The Seven of Wands could also talk about someone who may be defending something or defensive. Now, because you had awareness or awakening, I think it was awareness, the Six of Wands is also awareness or some sort of recognition. So the Seven of Wands in a challenging position could talk about fighting back with that, resisting that, because there was something here that talks about kind of like going with the flow, accepting all ways, and then you had another card that briefly mentioned self-sabotage. So we just want to, be mindful of that. Now, look at what's crossing you, right? I saw one of these cards. I think I saw Temperance. Now, Temperance comes through and could change things because this is alchemy. Those of you where there's alchemy, I like the Two of Pentacles where it talks about kind of juggling because you are on a dual mission. The initiate that is on a dual mission, and maybe love is in it. And then soul purpose and doing some sort of justice for the earth is the other. However you want to look at that. Temperance also tempers. So those of us that could have this need for all of this red could talk about that chakra, because I know the Page of Wands is also someone that may have been born under embarrassing financial conditions, is how I can put it, where you naturally have always felt that you were going against the grain in comparison to how society is set up and what you had access to. So Temperance comes in for you to use what could have been a curse as a gift. For some of us, it also allows us to balance between that feminine and masculine energy, or fire and water, because there's a lot of fire here, okay? And he's walking on water with all of that fire, which talks about perseverance. Some of you are really close to whatever that emperor represented. And perseverance just says that you never give up. You're the first one there and the last one to leave. And I know how that feels. It's not as cute as it sounds. It means that you're less likely to be the one to cut people off or say no or be the bad guy. And for that reason, we could be implementing too much of others and too many negative experiences into our psyche, seeing it as, oh, we have a bad life, or we have bad luck, or we attract bad people. So we have to persevere through that illusion long enough to let temperance catch up with us, heal us, fix us, let that master number 11 activate, your awareness heighten, and some of these treats, trinkets, and gifts and abilities ooze out of your heart, right? I know that the Page of Wands with the Nine of Wands just could tell me about your early time in life, like childhood issues. And some of us, it's like if you're trying to open up to new aspects of yourself or relationships, the defensiveness or self-sabotage, or, you know, how you may be used to being, on your own or doing things alone or misunderstood. Maybe temperance is going to help us change that, or the higher self is pointing out that temperance, alchemy, transmutation are things that could help change what feels like going against the grain. And it's like climbing up a mountain every day, just to walk forward, right? Can we have a straight line? And some of y'all said, screw the land, we're just going to walk on water. So I feel you on that. And we'll get to Group 2. Group 2. Let's see what you have here. Okay. Let me slide you to the side. We're going to start with Neptune. All right. And the number 9 may be significant. Some of you may have Neptune in the 9th house. It could be significant to a karmic number, life path, soul number. Neptune is about illusions, and it is a very dreamy energy. The upside is that it's necessary for those of you that are just looking to stay sane on this planet. I'm not going to hold you. To be able to have an imagination and a strong connection to spirit is very beneficial. And I've learned that you are or have to be delusional to be an alchemist, to be a mystic, to be a part of any religion, any spiritual traditions, and or, like I said, at the very least, is to stay sane, because you can't allow what looks real in reality to be your reality, especially if you believe in something else or you're trying to manifest something else. So Group 2, we open with Neptune, okay? Now these are some beautiful colors. Your crystal cards, let me make sure that's it, okay. Your crystal cards are similar, look at that. I don't know if it's it's the bottom. So it's kind of like this, which is super cool. So from that, look, sacral, solar plexus on up to what could be the crown, all right? And see, that's crazy. Group 1 had a lot of red for the root, and how you guys kind of start with the sacral, I don't think is a coincidence. You have the number 23 with Auralite, clarity, focus, and higher awareness. Neptune, look at that. Aquarius and Pisces, that's so crazy. Containing 23 different minerals, energies. Auralite 23 can promote undeniable clarity, razor sharp intuition. An ancient stone, Auralite 23 is especially talented in assisting with past life and ancestral healing. It enhances metaphysical abilities. Look at that, Neptune. It enhances metaphysical abilities, raises the bar on your innate superpowers. Most of all, it can help you appreciate the human experience, that we are all multidimensional beings. By going within and becoming aware, I want to see here. of your inner self, you will be able to show up more fully as your authentic self and who you are meant to be. Check that out. You have warmth, regeneration, and grounding. Exuding warmth and electric charge, amber was believed by the Chinese to encapsulate the soul of the tiger when it dies. With a rich history, amber was used as a protective talisman dating back to the ancient times, technically composed of tree resin that has been fossilized. Amber is used for grounding higher energies back to earth. When rubbed, it can become electrically charged, dispelling negativity and igniting desire. Amber is used as a purifier, cleansing the environment and chakras alike. Use amber to electrify your life. And you have Leo, Aquarius, and Sun. That is super dope. I like the way that sounds. And I think, I wouldn't say a birthstone, but I just know because I'm a Pisces and you guys got like Neptune and a bunch of Pisces stuff in your cards starting out. I heard, just like there's a certain wood that's lucky for like Neptune energy or Pisces or maybe even Aquarius, Hell, and Leo. And there's also amber. And it's like, maybe it's even the incense or the oils. And I was just like, when I was younger, I preferred like cinnamon and holiday scents like pine or just strong things. And even if it were like a prettier, lighter scent, I like tropical. I never really got into amber, but as I'm growing up, just giving what life recommends a shot, I'm like, why not? What could it hurt? So your astrology cards, you have 7th house. This is Libra. Partnerships, balance, one-on-one relationships. You have 3rd house. Communication, transportation, local community. And it's Gemini. A lot of air there. And then you have new moon. So some of you guys could have a moon in a certain sign. Could be doing moon work. Look, we got Neptune using amber or the orolites. I didn't forget, I almost did. In some of your practices. I don't want to say rituals and then run off the good, clean Christians or something like that. In your practices, okay? You could lay them down on your mat when you do yoga. All right? It says creation, intention, and potential. I love that. Now for your oracle cards, because they got their tarot cards last too, okay? For the oracle cards, I love this. You have the number 8 and abundance. The energy of abundance activates our ability to manifest the wealth we need and the sense of fulfillment that comes from a heart and soul that are overflowing with love and gratitude. Now, abundance is a big deal, okay? And I think amber is also a really lucky material to help aid with abundance, okay? So there is more than enough there. Your higher self would like for you to know that you are abundant. I believe that is Archangel Uriel. And we had a pick a card a couple of days ago. One, the choices were messages from your guides, archangels, and ascended masters. This one is your higher self. Your higher self is still pointing your group to abundance, number 8 or Uriel. So if you were one of the viewers in that video, just, don't forget, child, you are abundant. But something new for my abundant group of individuals is the passion card, 34, which is a 7. The frequency of passion reminds us that beneath every intense emotion lies the hidden gem of insight, balance, and calm. It assists us in finding the balance within. Okay. It assists us in finding the balance within this intensity, moving us from chaos to calm of its core, where you can let its long-lasting wisdom fill us up. So you have Neptune, you have amber, and then you have the orolite. And I'm looking at this, looking like connecting to amber. This looks like it's connecting to aura light, and it's like you guys may have multiple gifts. You may have multiple abilities, and some of them may appear to contradict each other because the sun itself is bipolar. I did look that up. And don't get offended or triggered. Bipolar isn't as scary as it sounds, and I've functioned with it for, I want to say, 30 years before divine intervention and like regeneration of cells. It's manageable. Not trying to diagnose any of you. It's just sometimes if I say, you know, it's like dual polarity or whatever, that sounds better. But if I say bipolar, I don't want to have to do a trigger warning because I personally think that's kind of goofy to have to do that. It's not that deep, but I may have some Gen Zers in here. No, I'm just playing. Anywho, you have multidimensionality. The frequency of multidimensionality activates our awareness of our true essence, which is eternal and multidimensional. So here you have true essence, and here you have moving us from chaos. So for some of you, you could be hybrids, star seeds, or just like I said, have a part of you that is dreamy, calm, magical, and peaceful. That's kind of like Pluto and Scorpio. That's my Queen of Cups. She is probably the guarder of the gate, even, you know, over there with Neptune, because she has strong intuition and soft and loving and beautiful and just the queen of the cup with all these emotions and whatnot, right? But she is also the actuality when it comes to archetypes for the Phoenix. So just imagine Jean Grey and Phoenix. Don't they have duality? Okay. And their gifts, their personalities and gifts are necessary, because if Jean Grey didn't have that personality, I don't think Phoenix would have chose her. I don't think Phoenix chooses somebody who feels entitled or expects that kind of power or would abuse that kind of power or has a list of things they would do with it. Jean Grey was just a sweet, gentle soul that probably is fair, and if anything, passive, not even passive aggressive, that tried to avoid confrontation, which is another Pisces and Mars. You got passion and you got Neptune. So see what I'm saying? Some of y'all is that y'all got that Phoenix energy up in here, man, which is also ancient and probably why you got Amber. So group 2, your tarot cards, more fire, baby. You got the Queen of Wands and the Four of Wands. And as I talk about beauty, intuition, if you have a knack for design, paying attention to detail, or just being a great caretaker, like this gives Beyonce dancing on Terrence Howard, talking about I'm gonna cater to you. This is like something like that, and maybe that's why you guys got this passion. You got multidimensionality because you whatever your expression is to the world, I feel like things that you're passionate about may get a different aspect of you. And that's just like my Queen of Wands. She's going to create havoc or harmony, just like Jean Grey. And then the Four of Wands, which talks about planning for some of us, so we don't feel rushed, or so we're not easily angered, if we're not, you know, leaning on people, because the Queen of Wands has many suitors, and people, she attracts what she wants. So she's not used to asking for anything. She ain't begging. I don't think she asking twice or even at all. So planning and preparing for things and making arrangements, for some of you is necessary, and for others of you may be frustrating. I have clients that I help, and I don't care if it's for the business startup or we just doing some spiritual development, and it may not be like the dual polars. It could even be something like focusing and then becoming irritated when you don't understand, or just begin, you know, you get impatient. I personally went through that, and I thought it was normal, and I guess it is, because there's enough of us that feel like this way, but I couldn't stand filling out applications, sitting there doing resume, anything tedious. The only things that I actually liked to do were things that didn't require definites, Um, and something that allowed me to be creative. So decorating, talking, speaking, poetry, the Neptune energy. But when it came to like algebra, physics, exacts, I was like, oh my God, this is so boring. Now, for some of you, it's very important if you want to carry those creative projects into, something different. You're still going to have to come back around to having patience with black and white and, da 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 da. And if nothing more, this reading is so Jean Grey Pynx, it's crazy. Some of you may be going out on dates. I mean, the Four of Wands does talk about dates, events, baby showers, engagements, some sort of parties. And the Queen of Wands is a great host. Some of you may consider hospitality. I don't know. Or there's something that could happen at an event where if the Queen of Wands is your enemy, don't even go. No, I'm just kidding. But you could be the Queen of Wands because, hell, we had a reading and I keep talking about our readings, but it's true because, I mean, let's pick a card and some of the same people looking at it. There's a thumbnail that says revenge that was nuts. It's either the person or the responding individual. So someone wanted revenge, but the reason why they wanted revenge was like justified. You know what I'm saying? Like, just imagine, well, don't imagine it. I'll just be straight to the movie because I ain't manifesting any of that for you guys. But there was a movie where something happened to somebody important to him. And to avenge what happened, because he was just like, how dare thee, he went and baby turned the city upside down to where people didn't know if it was some kind of comic book villain running around wreaking havoc, or if the universe and some, unbiased gray area court was just knocking them folks off right and left. They didn't know if it was one person doing it or if God itself was just making the people disappear. The movie is actually called Revenge. So I thought to put that on the thumbnail for that reading because someone was going to interrupt an event and it had something to do with deception or something that was taken or something that was old or third-party situation. So maybe none of you have that sort of drama in your lives. But if you're passionate about something and it's the cards are asking you to understand that you're a multidimensional being, and then you also have abundance here, and be delusional, kind of get out of reality and focus on creating harmony in your life and not havoc. There could be others that wild or situations you experience or observe that are that chaotic. And as the Queen of Wands sitting here in the middle of this reading, she is the one that does one or the other. So however this message fits you, that's what I have. And then, like I said, the Four of Wands is just an event of some sort and people are just like, yay. But I think hospitality is great. Hospitality will be dope. You may be passionate about, and it says finding balance within, moving you from chaos to calm. So if we're looking for extra streams of income, great. Some of you could be retired or just like, I don't got that much drive and passion in me. I'm sure Jean Grey would have said the same thing, but activating a higher aspect of herself, or if I were the Phoenix telling Jean Grey, I chose you because I wanted to, so don't tell me what energy you ain't got. That sounds like a higher self conversation for sure. And I do hope that it helps. We are going to move to group 3. Group 3. Okay. Here are your tarot cards. Oh, you weren't even supposed to see that yet. You saw them pentacles? Child, let me hold something. Your oracle card, okay? These are messages from your higher self, child. And I think y'all might want to listen to this. You have gold, okay? Now the gold is the Philosopher's Stone, honey. It is the cube and the square, the circle of the cube, honey. It is the red or the blue pill. and whether or not Trinity fall in love with you, child, Gold is great. Gold helped pay for many states to become independent in the U.S. Gold is specifically why some continents are wealthy. Not because of the kings and queens or the diamonds they stole, but the gold that they have rotting and sitting in banks that I'm sure they stole from Egypt. But nonetheless, okay? And Italy, because they took a lot of shit from Egypt over to Italy, then stole it from Italy and took it over across, round about the way. The point is, it's very significant. And I want you to know how important this is for alchemists, for human beings, and for value. I mean, hell, if you go to the pawn shop right now, they're going to be more interested in your gold than they would a diamond ring. I'm not going to hold you. So it just talks about something that is significant in value and is timeless. It also talks about a process and a level of success, because I believe each alchemist is working to transmute the cells, the memory, the program or whatnot. And to do that, the elixir is gold. So y'all got that, group 3. And from the Wild Unknown archetype cards, I'm going to tell you a little bit about it, because I know it's like I'm laying it on thick. But that's just how important the gold is. In her guidebook, the gold itself represents, let's see where we have, these Roman numerals tear me up every time. Let's see what we got here. There we got copper, quicksilver, silver. Damn, okay, we got glass. I was about to say, now where's gold? Stop playing with me. All right, so with gold, you have splendor. Ooh, that's like the 10 of Pentacles. It talks about good health. Could also talk about wealth and abundance, but it says the alchemist gold is no ordinary gold. It is not found in rings or coins or necklaces. It is a substance buried deep within, sometimes referred to as gold of the wise. Philosophic gold, the ethereal stone, or the divine quintessence among countless other names. For our purposes, we seek not the physical metal, but the mystical essence within each alchemist. How do we recognize it? It mimics qualities of the metal itself, soft and radiant, and its planetary counterpart, the sun, warm and bright. It's no wonder gold is associated with the heart. When this card arrives, there is something of incredible value at hand. It is marvelous and rare. Cherish it, get to know it, its properties, and its source. The gold card carries a distinct shadow. If mistaken for a purely physical material, it can lead to greed and excess, causing the alchemists to lose their way. Reverence is the key. And then it has here, every path is a noble path. I absolutely love this. Your gold may be entirely different from someone else's. It is important for the alchemists to respect their own unique journey toward a righteous and resplendent goal. Okay, resplendent. All right. Your crystal cards. I am not mad, baby. Your higher self said, check. Wake up. Hello. You have citron. Very beautiful. I have some citron over here in my drawer too. Creativity, happiness, manifestation. It is Aries, Gemini, Leo, Libra. A powerful and energizing stone. Citrus derives its warmth from the rays of the sun and shines positively wherever it's needed. Like vitamin C for the soul, citron works its magic on both physical and emotional levels, transmuting negativity into light-filled vibes and positivity. A great stone for enhancing one's prosperity as well. Citron magnifies your creativity to inspire manifestation, known as the light maker. Okay? It encourages fresh beginnings, new ideas, and living life to the fullest. Accept abundance that is coming your way. Group 3. I just want to be like y'all. I'm uploading this video, act like I'm not the reader, and I'm going to pick that one. You also have Uranus, Virgo and Pisces. You know, Virgo and Pisces is this, what is that? The polarity. Okay, Uranus is unexpected and very powerful. Thus, Tanzine, Aura Quartz. Is it Aura? Era? Whatever. Because I've been saying Aura all day. Group 1, I think, had an Aura card. However, enchantment, cosmic, and alchemy. See, I be knowing I'm talking about when I do know what I'm talking about. Whenever that is. Cosmic alignment is here. Tanzine Aura Quartz brings equilibrium to our multidimensional states, melding mind and body for spirit balance with the indigo rays vibrating high. This stone heightens the ability to see and communicate beyond this world. Damn, my Texas accent is just falling out of my mouth today. Tanzine Aura Quartz gently opens your crown chakra, creating a channel between the divine and your body. Made from the rare metal indium, this crystal brings mystical qualities to a higher understanding of one's metaphysical abilities. You are more powerful than you think. Okay, I'm going on eBay because this don't sound like something they have on Etsy. And I love Etsy because Amazon gonna get it there to you fast, but I think it's gonna be from the dollar store. Etsy gonna have some homemade, good, clean product for the low. You gonna get it in 2 to 3 weeks. But eBay, they got that old school righteousness. And you might get it in like a week or 2. So I will go check out, what is it one more time? I'm gonna go get me some Tanzine Aura Quartz. Every time I want something that's not for sale anymore, I still go to eBay. They got some old Banana Republic spray that I like. It's a Miyake because I'm an 80s baby. So shout out to them, but no, this is not sponsored. All right, back to the program. Then you have Golden Healer. I love this card because I have 2 like small, what are they, French Chihuahuas? So whatever, they're tiny and they're not growing and they're Frenchy faced but Chihuahua built. So I got cute little dogs that aren't built like nothing. Okay, let me not body shame Frenchies. My dogs are just more in shape. Anyway, I like golden retrievers because they seem sweet. They like the good old boys, like Lassie or whatever. You don't know who Lassie is, it's okay. Everybody can't be a millennial. But the Golden Healer card just came off as like the golden retriever of these cards. Just like some pleasant, perfect, sweet little angel, beady-eyed baby from heaven itself, right? But in this deck, the Golden Healer connects to abundance, expansion, and the golden rays. If you're not familiar with what the rays are, I do believe it's in association to like ascended masters or something like that, or archangels. It's like a different group, just like the chakras that govern certain principles that have certain guidance, colors, purposes. Okay, so this one is the golden one. Universal life force flows strongly with the Golden Healer. With an exceedingly high vibration, Golden Healer carries bioscalar waves, an abundance form of power that increases in spatial mass. Okay, who wrote this one? Y'all got bioscalar waves and spatial mass? That's impressive. This potent energy can expand awareness across multiple dimensions, transforming your vibration all the way down to the cells in your body. Connected to the solar plexus, this stone allows the highest form of healing for your identity and self-worth, releasing ancestral traumas that may have affected you and been passed down through your family lineage. So, I guess group 3 is for my chosen ones. Y'all done finally pulled up to my channel. I love that for us. Your astro cards, okay, because this is Astronaut Hoochie Tarot. You have Sirius, which always looks like the safe, or a question mark, or like a cross with a hook on it with a C. However you want to see it. It says self-care though, wellness and agriculture. So some of y'all got that Midas touch with the gold in your body and the magic in your hands. You can heal and grow and do all kind of mystical, magical things Self-care is very important because you have to maintain that purified, you know what I'm saying, valuable, high standard, integrous blood of yours or whatever else you got going on inside of you. You also have fire, radiant, enthusiastic, and dynamic. For whatever it's worth, there is some red right before that golden ray. And if the golden rays are, you know, the top dogs in spatial mass and vascular chromosomes or whatnot, it may be something important about where fire falls in your chart or the wand itself, right? If I thought about the magician and the ace of wands and what that could mean for you, it could be work out, you know, work on that sacral and solar plexus. It could be a new budding relationship, a yes to a question that you've been thinking about while I'm going over these cards. And. So we'll see what you got here. You have Neptune, mysticism, spirituality, and escapism. Okay, mystics, some of y'all alchemists, mystics. You have sensuality, 36. The frequency of sensuality reminds us that as spirits in human bodies, we are sensual beings experiencing joy and pleasure from this physical world through our senses. I love that. That's a 9 for sensuality. You have magic. I love that. The frequency of magic supports our intrinsic ability to grow and expand beyond this moment, to move toward possibilities and expressions that are as grand and profound as we can imagine. All that is required is our belief in their manifestation. So when you believe it, you can achieve it. Okay? The throat chakra, which is also what they use for the cover art on some of my favorite decks. Okay? It's a 5. The frequency of the throat chakra, the blue flower of life, supports our self-expression and our sense of peace and balance. So it's like you got it, group 3. Whatever it is that we aim to be after we find it in a library book or see it on a movie, and there's some anxiety behind it, there's the trauma that we're healing when people didn't believe we could be it and they ain't see it and we got to go out and prove it to them or they was right. All kind of shit pop up when you have people that are breaking out of molds and mazes. But group 3, at least I can say genuinely that you guys got the connection, you guys got the capacity, you are every magical piece of thing you thought you were. And there's nothing to prove, nothing to be frustrated about, and you ain't got to lay it on thick. Because I know sometimes when I see the throat chakra and I see magicians and shit, you know, we'll lay it on thick, overpromise, and just really be capping. And you ain't got to do that because it's true for you. And you don't have to make yourself believe it or nobody else. Your tarot cards. I know y'all saw that 10 of Pentacles. Now, for some of you, as it pointed to mysticism a second ago, this is the spirit of the earth. This is the Kabbalah. It also talks about good health. So slowing down and improving the health, or for some of you, learning about mysticism, the Kabbalah, the tree of life, and spirit. Some of you could be occultists. Some of you, you don't have to be, don't run now. You don't listen to the reading, liking it. You probably hit the like button and say, yeah, I'm a magician. I got the goal. As soon as I say occult, delete. Oh, they talking crazy. This could be about commitment, moving in together. You do have sensuality. And if you're dealing with the magician, be honest. If you are the magician, be honest. The Knight of Coins talks about commitment. And I do relationship coaching. I do singles coaching. I mean, I'm a coach. And some people that may experience non-committal relationships over and over and over again, my first question is, how committed are you to your goals? Like, whatever you said you was going to do when you graduated high school, did you do it? And then even when you decided you didn't want to do that, the next thing that you've always wanted to do, because that's what people like to tell me, oh, I've been doing this since I was little. I've been reading cards since I was 4. I've been wanting to do this. I've been wanting to do that. And then not antagonizing, I'm dead ass. I'm a coach. You know, I'm here. God specifically told me not too long ago, The crazy shit that come out of my mouth ain't crazy shit. And one of my purposes is to help people understand that there's a different perspective. Don't make them. Don't force it. Just open your mouth and say it and walk off. Plant the seed, right? So that's the perspective. If you, whatever the mirror is for you in your life, it will benefit you to see it. So yeah, if you're having issues with commitment, and or others in your environment are, just look at ourselves and see, are we keeping promises to ourselves? The things that you say, I want to do, are you doing them? Because you're a magician, you're probably manifesting opportunities, and hopefully you're not talking yourself out of them, because the Knight of Pentacles in shadow is also the couch potato. And I'm not being an asshole, even though I have a lot of Aquarius in my chart. And like Geminis always end up being my best friends. I'm really not trying to be a jerk. Like literally this card, like I'm sure in some tarot decks, modern tarot decks, it'll say couch potato, right? So it's lazy, it's lethargic, it's non-committal. It gives up on being whatever great thing it wanted to be and settles for being a teacher. And I was like, Spirit, you trying to throw shade? When I was learning tarot and I figured out that, you know, the Knight of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles can sometimes be that. And then it was like an intuitive thing where LeBron came up, and it was like LeBron's coach could have never been LeBron, or at some point of his life decided not to be it. But maybe him coaching others helped to produce the hero, superstar, you know, alchemist, magician, and others. And that's beautiful. That's what oracles are. And I'm being an oracle right now on this video. So it's not shade, but understand, if that's what you accept, that's what you accepted. And since I don't think I'm talking to a group of senior citizens, it's like, why you accept being the coach when, I mean, you still might have some time to be LeBron, especially with gold on the table. But I'm not the devil's advocate. If you good where you at, we support you here on the Tarot Station. And I do appreciate all of you guys for sitting in today. And I hope that it helps. Until next time.